Good morning, everybody, and this is your Dow Jones day trade setups for today. So I suppose we can argue that that was a fairly decent rejection, but if I look at the weekly, not really a weekly rejection bar there, and if you look at the daily, you can see it is actually a fairly decent rejection bar, nice engulfing bar. There we do have a crossover the moving averages here as well, so that's fairly interesting, although we are in between all of the moving averages. So no real signal there. And if we look at the 8-hour, that's a fairly decent rejection with follow through. But we are still above the moving averages. So taking that with a big pinch of salt. And we do have this tail here, which is kind of where we're bouncing off. So those are the two levels. Look at the oscillators. They have crossed over. They're pointing to the downside. So this could be the start of a bigger move to the downside. We do have some very juicy gaps to the downside as well. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. If we look at the 3-hour, oscillators flat, moving averages flat, price in amongst the moving averages, big up, big down, see those tails, barbed wire, confusion, range. That pretty much tells the story of what's happening on the markets, on all the markets at the moment. And as soon as we drill down to the 1-hour, a similar kind of situation. So we do try to get above the moving averages, we come back, get above moving averages are flat. There's no real structure here, and I think the only bit of potential resistance is going to be there. And let's see if we can see this on the 15-minute. But look at that. That was just before the data came out, and it's actually during the data. Yeah, it was an hour after the data. Okay, so the data was in this area here, and then after the data it was complete confusion. Nobody knew what to do, till eventually profit taking. When I say guys were just getting out of it, either adding to their shorts of this move and just taking a stab at it, or they were just selling out any of their longs that they'd been holding for a while, just taking profit. So no real message here, no real signal. There is one more level where we are at the moment, and we've got a bit of a gap. God, we keep sitting on the sides with the Dow, but just looking at all the indexes, I think we're setting up for some shorts, to be honest. We're not moving forward, and we are starting to form lower highs. So I would argue I want to see a move below 34.847. So I want to see price move down, turn around, we'll probably close this gap, turn around and then come and reject this area. And then on that rejection is going to be your short potential. And you're looking for, so that's 136 points, but you're looking for 34,700. I would expect us to bounce off that. Because there's already been 2 bounces already, and if you look at the diversions, was that diversions? Yeah, there's a little bit of diversions here. I'd expect it to happen again, but ultimately I think what you're going to be seeing is something to come and close this gap here, and that is at 34,625. So I think you're going to have a short scalp lined up, and there is a potential measured move here. I'm going to take it from that bar like that. You see it lines up quite nicely into this area here. Now that's kind of the view that I've got this morning, and not very confident about it, to be honest. I think you're probably going to see a rejection right where we are now. Okay, we've got a level here at 34. There it is there. So it's 34,844. I need to see price come down, come back and test it, and then that's going to be your entry there. Could move on up to this area, 34,898, but yeah, I don't see any fireworks today really. So that's kind of the view that I'll have. And if you're not going to be sitting in front of the charts today, then I just advise you just to. But you keep your money in your pocket, because I don't see anything on the 1 hour that's actually going to trigger a bigger move. Nice, decent swing trade. It's probably just going to be little scalps, so it'll be a short scalp more than likely. But for as long as these moving averages are flat and we're stuck in between them on the hour, there's no direction. Not worth actually trying to chase it. Okay, anyway, that's kind of my view. There's just a little short scalp here, reject this area, take profit here. Could happen in one bar, could happen in one 5-minute bar, one 50-minute bar when the market opens, but that's kind of the trade that's there. Hope that helps, and we'll catch up with you tomorrow morning. Cheers for now.